Hi everybody, this is Connie from Connie's Nails and Creative Creations. Today I'm taking part in a challenge called Chic for Cheap. The host is Christi from Christi Creates and her co-host is Crafting with Cass. Now, this is a wood sign that I got from the Dollar Tree. It has a heart on the end. I'm taking off of the handle and just trimming it up. There was some staples that was pretty deep in it. I couldn't get those out. So after I get that all cleaned up, I had to sand a little bit because there was some rough edges. And then I'm going to grab my homemade white chalk paint and I'm going to end up putting about 3 coats on it to get it full coverage in the white. And you can see me working on that there. That's the first coat. I ended up doing the white on just the words home, and I make sure that I don't go over where the red is going to be for the heart. But if you just, make sure you kind of make that curve for the heart so that it doesn't look funny when you're done. But I'm going to put 3 coats on that, and then I am going to grab my black and I'm going to do the edging on all of the words. So I'm going to go around the whole edge as well as in the center, in the middle of the O's and the E's. And I'm going to do the outside of the heart in black, but I'm not going to do the inside. So I'm going to work on that. That only needs 1 coat, and that is black chalk paint that I made. And if you're wondering, it is 2 parts paint, 1 part ground up chalkboard paint or chalk in a powder, and then if water is needed to thin it, I put a little bit of water. So here I'm putting the red on, and I ended up putting 2 coats of the red to get it completely covered and full coverage on that. And when I was putting the black on, I got a little bit on the front, so I had to put some more white on there, and I picked up a little bit of the black and gave it a little bit more of a weathered look, and I like that. So I went ahead and left it. I didn't go over it again, and that's what I ended up with. As you can see, it's very chic. It looks homey. It doesn't have to be Valentine-wise. It's just what it is. Now this is an old frame I've had for years. I didn't even have anything in it. It was just a blank one. So I took the backing out and I picked it and moving the nails so I can get that glass out. I was going to try and keep those holders, but I couldn't get the glass out, so I went ahead and I cut that the holder, and so that I could go ahead and get the glass out, and it was in fairly good shape, so I wasn't going to change it So I went ahead and took, and the holder was just held in there by thumbtacks, and so I went ahead and pulled those out anyway. Now this frame has a really pretty design on it, and it kind of looked like it had a green patina. So I'm just taking my white chalk paint and I'm dry brushing just to catch the design that's on the frame, just to accentuate it so that it just pops when you see it. And I just, like I said, I just dry brushed it, and that was it, and it was done after that. Then I did around the edges. I dry brushed around them just so that it looked like it was a finished job and that it looked cohesive. Okay, once that's done, I set that aside and I grabbed the backing and I took some white cardstock and I just drew a line on it so that I could cut it the right size. And I used my Fiskars paper cutter. Makes jobs a lot easier, makes cuts real straight. So then I made sure that was going to fit. Now this came from the Dollar Tree, patient, gentle, humble, and loving. So I was just going to slap it on there, and then I realized I kind of need to know exactly where I'm going to set it on there. So I grabbed 2 rulers, and that way I could kind of tell centering wise, so they ended up looking straight. And those little stickers were giving me hassles because they were trying to bend and stick down. And you'll especially see on these other 2, oh my gosh, they kept fighting with me. I had to keep being very careful and pulling them back up because they wanted to curl. But I got it on there. I don't have any kind of like a cricket or anything like that, so I kind of have to do this with these stickers, and I've never had this much problem before. So next time I'm just gonna have to be a little bit more patient, just like the sign says. And I just got those on there. Like I said, I just had to get my technique down so that I could get it on there straight. All right, then I put the little last part on it, and then I'm just gonna put this right into the frame. First I'm gonna clean that glass. It was really, really dirty. And this is just a mix of a little bit of vinegar and dish soap and water, and it cleans up amazingly. I use it for all kinds of things. So I'm just going ahead, like I said, and I'm just wiping this all down, getting it nice and pretty and clean so that you can actually see through it. And once I get that done, then I'm going to grab the frame and I'm going to put this glass back in the frame, and then I'm going to put the paper in as well as the backing so that it will be secure. Now I bent the nails back over, but it just wasn't holding it very well, and I didn't really have anything to put the hanger on. So what I ended up doing was getting 2 craft sticks, and I was going to miter cut them, and I decided no. So I just hot glued them on and kind of pushed it down to hold the picture down, and that seemed to work amazing. Then I'm going to grab my hangers. Now, what my hangers are is they are pull tabs from cans, like soup cans, vegetable cans. I keep most of them because they're phenomenally good when it comes to hanging stuff. So I'm just going to grab it. I bent it a little bit so I could keep a hold of it. And I'm going to just put a whole lot of hot glue down. And then I'm going to push it in the hot glue. I'm going to put some more on there. And then I'm going to use a little bit of felt. And just cut a small piece and I'm just going to glue that on. That will kind of help it adhere and stay there better. And after that is all done and dry, that is it. That one is finished. I hope you guys like this one. Now, let's just get to the third one. This one, I'm a woodworker, so I had all these extra pieces of wood. And so what I did is I put wood glue down, and then I used hot glue, and I hooked them together. I didn't sand them very much. I wanted this very rustic and just really beautiful. So I ended up doing that with all three. Now I drew some birds out on black craft paper or cardstock, and I cut those out, and I'm going to be using those in a minute. But as you can see, I'm just putting the hot glue for the long-term hold, and it takes about 24 hours for it to cure. And then the hot glue is our quick bond. So once I get that done, I'm just pushing them together, and they're sticking. They are staying. And I'm just making sure that they're level, so they're not one sticking higher than the other one. And like I said, this is just the way that the wood came. And so I had cut some other stuff, and these were like my end cuts, my off cuts. And so I thought, well, this will be perfect. Okay, once that's done, I am going to turn it over, and I'm going to just hot glue some string. And I'm just going to wind this string around in some random ways. And I'm using hot glue to keep them in the way that I am putting them. Because I want this just to look very random, very rustic, and just chic. I really like these. I love wood. I love working with wood. Like I said, I have a woodworking room, and I make all kinds of things. Furniture, wall hangings, all kinds of things. Okay, so now I'm going to take those birds, and I'm just I'm going ahead and deciding to put some more hot glue down, because the twine was kind of moving. So then when I decide where I want the birds, I'm going to go ahead and put hot glue on the back of them and just stick them on the string. So, and I decide I want them to look like they're sitting on the string. So I went ahead like it was up in the air. So I am just gluing those on. And then I realized one spot was still a little loose, so I had to pull it and glue it on the back to tighten up that string. So I'm just doing that. Also, don't forget to go down to the description box. It's going to have Christi's and Cass's links to their channels, as well as to the playlist. And my Linktree link will be there. I have a lot of stuff on there from Amazon in my Amazon storefront. So don't forget to go up there. And as you can see, I'm just hooking this on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab two more of those hangers, and I hook those on for hangers. But here is my projects. Here's the home. And then here is the birds. And you can see the little hangers, the same type I used on the other sign. And then here is the other one. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and give me a big thumbs up, and leave a comment. Thanks. Bye.